Okay, in Hilchas Yom Tov, Tov Kuf Chav Tes, it's brought, the Rama brings, also le'echel mincha v'lamayla be'erev Yom Tov. Erev Yom Tov, you cannot eat mincha v'lamayla. So over here, he follows the shita of the Ma'aril, that's what the Magen Avraham says. He follows v'zom divrei Ma'aril, v'ozal l'shiddas v'ed, also lechel be'erev Shabbos, v'erev Yom mincha gedoyla v'lamayla. It's meaning a half hour after Chatzos already, you cannot make a seuda, a big seuda, erev Shabbos, erev Yom Tov. He says, "K'moi b'Shabbos hazo michlal hakovod." That's michlal mitzad kovod of Yom Tov. So it's really broad. 3 reasons why you're not allowed to eat erev Shabbos, erev Yom Tov earlier. So that's the one reason that's broad. And because it says you're not going to have enough time, if you're going to be busy with your achila, you're not going to have enough time to prepare for Yom Tov. Now, so that's already for this year, which we have Shabbos is Erev Yom Tov, Shvi Shel Pesach is Shabbos. So that reason doesn't apply, because then if that would be the only reason that we're not allowed to eat min mincha gedolos, we should be to have give time to prepare for Sudas Yom Tov. We're not allowed to prepare anything on Shabbos to Yom Tov. So if that would be the only reason we'll be allowed to eat, then this Shabbos late Erev Yom Tov, because I'm not allowed to prepare from Shabbos to Yom Tov. But then there is another reason why we're not allowed to eat Erev Shabbos. Here's what it says over here. The Mechaber says also likva b'erev Shabbos suda u'mishtashen regul me'achoil, meaning a big suda. Mipnei kvod Shabbos sheikones l'Shabbos kshu toev le'echol. Because you want to come to Shabbos when you have appetite. So according to this, that would apply today too. If you have Shabbos, it's Erev Yom Tov, and tonight is Achron Yom Tov, going to be Achron Shel Pesach. You need also to have to come to Achron Shel Pesach with some appetite to eat. L'choire, you also should do your Sudas, first day of Sudas Yom Tov, which is Shabbos this year. It should be earlier in order. Okay, that's one. Then there's another reason. The Biur Halacha brings from the Prima Godim. The enatam mishum leteoven elo ikar atam neshum zalzel bezeh kvod Shabbos ois erev Shabbos shove limei shove limei Shabbos, meaning to the, if you eat erev Shabbos a big seuda, it shows you that to you erev Shabbos all the same. But how are you going to show Shabbos is more important by not eating a big Su'udah Erev Shabbos, showing that Shabbos is more than the regular week. So according to this also, l'choire, it's not Shaykh this year. Shabbos on its own is also important. It's not regular day, it's Shabbos Erev Yom Tov. However, but he brings over here mashma that we take the main, from the 3 reasons, whether the first reason, you should have time to prepare for Shabbos or Yom Tov. Second reason, it shouldn't look like Shabbos and regular day; it's equal. L'choire, those 2 reasons not shaykh when it's Erev Yom Tov, Shabbos Erev Yom Tov, because Shabbos is important on its own merit, and I don't prepare for Shabbos Yom Tov. So the only reason left, one reason that why we should take, even like the Rama said, when it's Shabbos Erev Yom Tov, that you also l'echel min mincha v'lal be'erev Yom Tov. That's the reason that you need to have appetite. So you need to have it for both, for the first and the second day. Now, so what happens if you do have, and we're talking about now a regular Erev Shabbos, regular, not like this. We're going to go back to this Kvius Shabbos Erev Yom Tov. What happens if you have a Sudas Mitzvah? So it says clearly in Hilchas Shabbos, it says when you have Sudas Mitzvah, you're allowed to eat. The lotion of the Mechaber is like this. I'm sorry, that's the lotion of the Ramah. Usudo shezmano erev Shabbos. Going, we're talking about again regular Erev Shabbos, regular Erev Yom Tov, going Bris Milah, Pidyon Ben. That you're allowed. Even though it's a big Su'uda, you're allowed to. Okay, so the way the Levush explains the reason when it's Sudas Mitzvah, Bris Milah, why the reason you're allowed, and the reason he explained that's changed a lot of things, La Halacha La Maisa. So like this. Usuda mitzvah akvua v'tulei davka b'yom zeh on bris milah pidyon haben. She'if shel la'akvam liyom acher. There's no option. I cannot say postpone. So that's pidyon haben. So that's bris milah. It's a different day. There's oichel v'shoyse kedarkoi. You could do a big meal like you would do on a regular day. Shu mitzvah k'mo sudas Shabbos. That's on its own. Right now I have a mitzvah k'mo like sudas Shabbos to make Bris Milah, Pidyon Haben, v'lama tidochem ben sudas Shabbos. Why this mitzvah have to be postponed because of the mitzvah of upcoming mitzvah sudas Shabbos? If there is a way you could fit both of them, do your sudas Bris Milah now earlier, and then you do the mitzvah sudas Shabbos. But if you can, Yizke Barishoino. Do your Suda right now, the Cholakoidem Zoiche. That's what we also by Sudas Purim, which is Erev Shabbos. So if you could fit both your schedule, you could do it. If not, right now you have Sudas Bris Milah, Sudas Pidyon Haben, Sudas Purim. That's what you do right now. I have later on mitzvah of Yom Tov and Shabbos. That the mitzvah now pushes away. The mitzvah comes later. So that's how the Levush bring. That's how all the poskim follow this Levush. According to this, now let's go back to this year. You have Sudas Shabbos, L'choire, Sudas Shabbos mitzvah within Atzma, like Sudas Bris Milah, Sudas Pidyon Haben. So L'choire, you could eat your Sudas Shabbos on the first day of Yom Tov, even though you have upcoming second night of Yom Tov. If you could fit them both, fine. And if not, so you do the mitzvah right now laying in front of you. Now, so that's also the Mogen Avram goes even further. That's what Alter Rebbe brings La Halacha, that what happened if you did the Suda of today so long and so much that you cannot do possibly the Suda of the Yom Tov tonight. That was the Shabbos this year. Again, Shabbos the first day, and you says I'm busy with Suda Shabbos, and you ate so much that comes the night. You says I'm not hungry. I can't make the. So the Mogen Avram says, fine, tomorrow you do you make up for the Suda of day, make it up tomorrow. Tomorrow you make another Suda extra, but what you missed for the night, something for Friday night will be something for Yom Tov night. Oh, so on this prat, the Mishnah Berurah has a problem with the Mogen Avram. It says like this. He says the Mishnah Berurah, in Biur Halacha, he says the Choyre. It's Ayin Mogen Avram. Shoy b'shem ha'levush. Dem ifshar lekam shtein mutov v'im lav tidoch Sudas Shabbos. V'rtzeno lo yichol lekam b'layla mipnei achila gaso. You ate so much you cannot eat again now. Afiloch en lo lechush lo. Zeh kivan shu oisek ata b'sudas mitzvah. V'yikam l'mocher asher l'shudas. Tomorrow you make extra suda. Yeah. Now he says that. And then I would bring the Pri Megadim brings. He says Mekel Mokem yesh ledina la'ayin v'zetuva. He says, how could you postpone to the Shabbos to Chova mitzad adin? He says, so how could you postpone it? Yeah. If you do Bris Milah without Suda, it's a big mitzvah, it's not chiyuv. If you do Pidyon Haben, just do the Pidyon Haben without the Suda, it's also okay. Suda Shabbos is a chiyuv, so how could you say because of Pidyon Haben now, Bris Milah now, I'm going to postpone my Friday night meal or my Yom Tov night meal, I'll do it the next day, I'll make up for it. How could you take something which is mitzvah and postpone a chiyuv? Suda Shabbos is more chiyuv. Anyway, so Lemait say he goes on by saying that be careful, try to make both Su'udas. But sees the difference between the concern of the Mishnah Berurah and the Mogen Avram, it's b'chal not far away from each other. It's very, I'll explain why. In this halachas of Yom Tov, and the Ramo says, V'osur le'echal mimincha l'mayla, be'erev Yom Tov, kumo b'shabbos, shazom michal lakovet, says the Mogen Avram, Vu adin b'Yom Tov Rishon, v'pnei shu erev Yom Tov Sheni. Mogen Avram himself says, same thing when you have two Yomim Tovim. So on the first day, like this year, I said Shabbos. It's mitzad atzma Yom Tov. It's a mitzvah achila. You have it Shabbos Yom Tov together. So he says if you have 2 Yomim Tovim on the first day of Yom Tov, he says also be careful not to eat late because you have tonight. So Magen Avraham is also concerned with the mitzvah of tonight. He's not saying don't worry about completely. It's nitche. It's not. He said himself, he's the one adding on it. He says, if it's 2 Yomim Tovim, the first Yom Tov, finish your meal earlier. Meaning, in case, for whatever reason, it didn't work out, it says, mitzvah shelefanecha, that comes first. So I really don't see a big, huge gap between, like I said, the shit of the Magen Avraham and the Pri Megadim and the concern of the Mishnah Berurah. Lechatchila, they're all telling you, try to fit in. And by the way, la'alocha, we don't take the shita of the Ramah of Hilchos Yom Tov that you have to be careful with that. By Mincha Gedoyla or by Chatzos, the shita of the Raavad for Erev Shabbos, Erev Yom Tov, will go lechatchila according to many poskim. That's how so the Levush bring till Shoat Shis, meaning you go like 3 hours after Chatzos, b'shoas Zmaniyos. And you could do your meal lechatchila then. So people that normally today, even people daven late on the first day of Yom Tov, as long as they finish the meal.
It's past 4 o'clock. An hour before Minur Tanan.
Right. As long as they finish their meal, which is what, like 4 o'clock this day?
4:55.
That's mincha ktana.
No, it's
the time.
Meal.
Oh, that's a toast. Almost 5 o'clock. So most people finish their meal, even the ma'achrim before. So it's really no problem, bichlal. But just in case, for whatever reason, it worked in such a way that you are late. So that says, he says also, not lechatchila push away the Suda of tonight. If it worked in such a way that you're going to compromise Suda of tonight, so don't worry, you could make up a shloma for tomorrow. But everybody masking, you try to do in such a way. So halacha l'maisa, this Shabbos, it's Erev Yom Tov, it's first day, it's a Shvi Shel Pesach, and it's Erev Yom Tov, Achron Shel Pesach. So you try to finish the meal a little bit earlier, or don't fill up like this, that if you know you don't have a big appetite, you should have enough appetite for the second day of Yom Tov. That's Michlal Kvoid Yom Tov of Yom Tov.
About lunch.
Again,
About lunch.
so lunch is
What meal?
lunch on the first day.
Not shalashud.
No. Oh, by the way, and you could do the shalashudas also. He says, and if it's Shabbos, he brings this right here. He says here that's the Ramah. He says, "Miu im erev Yom Tov Shabbos yochel lekam sudas shlishas ve'yochel ma'at pas lechvod Yom Tov." Meaning minimize. Don't eat a big shalashudas. It's covered Yom Tov. If you eat a little bit less. So again, there is a way easily, especially with our long days of summer, to feed everything, and you have the Kvod Shabbos, Kvod Yom Tov, and you do cover the Yom Tov Sheni by finishing a little bit earlier and not overfilling yourself, and that's Kvod Yom Tov Sheni.